So it looks like we're ready to start. Jonathan to start first. The score is 0-0. This will be 1 game to 15. That's a point for Jonathan. 1-0. Jonathan's 26 years old. There's a great passing shot, forehand passing shot. Kept that ball low. Wasn't a darn thing that William Whippersnapper could do on that one other than get a deeper return. That's just short again. That's going to create some problems. That's the way you do an overhead, folks. That lob was not deep enough. It allowed Jonathan to be able to do an easy overhead with a lot of power and pop that ball off the court. That's short again. He's going to be in a bad spot. Right now, the biggest problem that I'm seeing with Whippersnapper is that he's not hitting his returns deep enough. He's got to get that ball deeper and get up to the net. Otherwise, this is going to be a short match. Jonathan's going to take advantage of him all day. That's a little better. That's a great exchange right now. They're both doing cat and mouse. It's over. That ball just popped up a little bit too high. Jonathan was able to put that ball deep into the open court. That was a fun exchange. That's high-level pickleball you saw on that point. Score right now is 5-0. Jonathan Moore. I keep saying Daniel. Sorry, Jonathan, if you hear this. This is Jonathan Moore. That's a error on John's part, and it's a side out. So Whippersnapper's up, and hopefully he can get on the board here. You only can score when you're serving, so this gives him a serve opportunity. Oh, and Jonathan's not only playing well, but he's also got some luck. That was a net cord. The ball dropped slightly over for a winner. Not quite sure what happened there. Maybe they are changing balls. Maybe they cracked the ball. Or yeah, it looks like they're just changing balls. I'm not sure if the ball cracked or what. My guess is that's what happened. So we're at side out, and the score is 5-0. Jonathan Moore is on top. Again, that's not too short of a return. That's a great volley to the open court by Whippersnapper. That's a side out. Let's see if he can get on the board here. Right now it's 0-5. Good serve, good return. That's better. Looks like that was just out, so Whippersnapper is on the board. Score is 1-5. Uh-oh. That's a miss hit. He lifted his head. You know, you recreational golfers, you're always told to be able to keep your head down. Well, it's the same thing in pickleball. Nothing good's going to happen if you lift your head up before you strike the ball other than make an error. That's an unusual error from Jonathan. You don't see too many service errors. So we're at 1-5, and serve goes back to Whippersnapper. Jonathan elects to go behind him with a hard, sharp forehand volley, and it creates an error. Whippersnapper was off balance because of that. Didn't expect Jonathan to go behind him like that. So we're at 5-1 right now. Jonathan serving. Oh, he was in position that time. Jonathan made a nice cross-court shot. Whippersnapper was in position to make a volley, but unfortunately it was low, and he just pushed it into the net. So we're at 6-1. Game to 15 for the championship. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. Nice backhand, stretched volley. Even with the foot speed that Jonathan has, he couldn't get to that ball. So we're back to a side out, and the score is 1-6. He's got the opportunity for it, and Jonathan says it was too close for him to call it out, so he's giving it to him. I couldn't tell. I've got a bad angle on the ball, so it's 2-6 right now. 2-6. Whippersnapper son scoring. That's a nice shot. Beauty. Well played on Whippersnapper. He made a nice topspin third shot. The ball dipped on Jonathan. Wasn't able to do much other than just drop the ball in. He dropped the ball in, and Whippersnapper made a great cross-court passing shot. So we're at 3-6 right now. That was a nice played point. Goes for the tight down the line pass, and it just misses. So we're at 6-3, Jonathan to serve. That's a much better return. Ball rolls on the court, so we're going to play that over. Again, we're going to stop play as soon as the ball comes on the court for safety reasons. So we're still at 6-3. That's a great return. He's got an opportunity to take control of that point, but unfortunately, he pushed that backhand dink wide. One of the issues that Whippersnappers face is that Jonathan is so quick on the court that it's forcing Whippersnapper to try to hit the lines in order to get a point here. That's too high, and that should be an easy point. He's still in the point. Nice. Well played. You can really see the athleticism in that point. A lot of cat and mouse going, covering the whole court. Jonathan has reached 8, so they switch sides. And the score is now 8-3, with John serving. This is going to be 1-15, win by 2. They switch sides at 8, and the score is 8-3, John serving. That's a good return. An even better shot there. Jonathan's speed on that. Great penetrating shot, and it's over. John's got past college tennis experience, so that shows up on the pickleball court. He's quick around the court. He's got very good, fundamentally sound strokes, and all of that is giving young Whippersnapper a tough time. Excellent. Well played on both sides. Those balls are nice and low. They're well-placed angles. Jonathan's just got the best of them on that point. So we're at 10-3. 5 more points to the championship for John Moore. Nice serve. Good return to the backhand. Just missed. So we're at 11-3 here. Again, you know, these are some uncharacteristic errors on Whippersnapper's part simply because Jonathan is so quick on the court that he's trying to go to the lines. And when you try to go to the lines, there's just no room for error. And so I believe that Whippersnapper is just making some uncharacteristic errors, but they're done because he's trying to get a winner on Jonathan, and he's forced to go to the lines. That's a nice cross court, and another unforced error. Jonathan is just quick on the court, hitting the ball to spots on the court that are making it really difficult for Whippersnapper to get into this game. So we got a timeout, got a 1-minute timeout. Looks like John might want to get some water and a breather before trying to close this match out. We're at 12-3. This match is to 15, and we're at the English Open for those that are just joining us. This is the men's advanced group finals, 19 and above. So you're seeing 2 5-0 players in the sport of pickleball playing the game at a very high level. Jonathan is just placing the balls a little bit better and got a little better foot speed. So he's kind of taken the advantage of this game. Whippersnapper started out with too many short return to serves, His returns have gotten deeper, so he's gotten into a little better position to be able to win some points here. But then he's made some unforced errors simply because of the pressure that John's putting on him. He feels like he's got to hit the ball perfectly, right at the line, in order for him to get a point. Look at those well-placed shots. Now there's an error on Jonathan's part, so let's see if we can get Whippersnapper to get a point here and start feeling a little better about himself, because I know he's frustrated. Okay, that's a let court, so we're going to play that again. That's a great shot. There's a forehand down the line passing shot for Whippersnapper. It was hard, it was deep, it was loaded in net, and even the foot speed of John couldn't get to that ball quite on time. So we got a point. He's feeling a little bit better. We're at 4-12. See, there he goes again. He's just aiming to the line, and he's just off the line because of John's speed. You know, he's experienced so many shots where John was able to get to every one of his driving shots, but a lot of those occurred because he allowed Jonathan to get up closer to the net because of the return of serve. If he would have had a little more depth on the return of serve, he could have gotten up to the line. Now they're playing cat and mouse. Jonathan's up at that line, and Whippersnapper's back. There's an uncharacteristic, unforced error on Jonathan's part, so we got a side out, and Whippersnapper's got a chance to get another point or two here. So let's see what he does with it. Good serve. There's a weaker return on Jonathan's part, and that time Whippersnapper was able to step into that ball and hit a nice backhand cross-court passing shot. Again, it was pretty darn close to the line, which is kind of what he's got to do, but that time it worked for him. Oh, he had the open court on that one. He set that up perfectly and just made it uncharacteristic, unforced error. So we're at 12-5. Jonathan's 3 points away from this match. That's a great shot. Jonathan's going to get to it. That ball's too high. That ball's point over. That was desperation, throwing up a lob, and Jonathan, he had an easy overhead smash off the court. So one of the things for all of the pickleball players that are watching is Jonathan didn't try to hit that ball as hard as he could with his overhead smash. He angled it off the court, showing that placement is more important than power in any of the racket games. We're at match point. He went behind him, and that ball stayed in. So it's 14-5. 1 point away from the gold medal is John Moore. There we go. That time, John didn't have as penetrating, as deep of a shot, and Whippersnapper was able to take control of that point. Good serve and a weaker return, but Jonathan dives for that nice style volley. And here we are again with the cat and mouse, and that's a great play by Whippersnapper. Really good play up on Whippersnapper. He had control of that point the whole way. That's really, really high-level play, doing dinking on the entire court. Another great shot. Jonathan was leaning in on the backhand side, anticipating that Whippersnapper was going to try to drive the ball down the line, but instead he did a cross court, and Jonathan had no chance because he was leaning the opposite way. We're at 7-14 right now. Jonathan got up to that net quickly, taking control, putting a lot of pressure on Whippersnapper. That's what you want to do in order to close this out. Get to the net and force your opponent to make the passing shot. Jonathan's up there again. And there we go. That's the end of the match, guys. It was a good one, though. 15-7, and it really was high-level pickleball play. The score may not reflect it, but that really was high-level play from two phenomenal athletes. Two high-level 5.0 players here at the English Open. So, hope you enjoyed the show today. We had a lot of great pickleball. This is just day one at the English Open. Tomorrow's going to be all doubles. You're going to see a totally different style of play. We hope you tune in. For those that have never seen pickleball before, you're going to be in for a treat. Well run, great venue. This is Riff signing out.